Okay, so today we get to sit down with the one, the only Chris Olsen from Fondi Pizzeria, right? You were giving me
Absolutely.
a quick lesson before we started. I have this bad habit of adding an S, Fondies, so it's Fondi.
It's actually Fondi, yes. Pizzeria Fondi, Fondi Pizzeria, but most people who love us, they abbreviate it Fondies. I'm okay with that, but it's not how we say it. It'd be nice to have that pizzeria somewhere in the title at all times, but I totally understand.
Fantastic. Well, I do come there for the pizza if that helps at all.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Or the pepperoni rolls.
Oh, so good. And the Bella Chop stuff. Anyway, okay. We'll
There
just
you
run
go.
through your menu real fast and that'll
Right.
be the whole chat. Great. Well, thanks so much for being here today to chat a little bit with us. Something that we're doing at Burnett Real Estate Company is talking to local business owners as we kind of all navigate this COVID-19 and this strange reality that we're in. So why don't we just start from the beginning? How long have you been at Fondi Pizzeria?
I have been at Fondi Pizzeria for about 8 years, and transferred in here because really didn't want to drive to Seattle anymore. It was a long commute, and the ability to come in, and time has flown by. What seems like yesterday is very easily pushing into a decade.
I understand that. It goes really, really quickly. So have you always lived in the area? Have you always been at Gig Harbor, or what does that look like?
Yes and no. Actually, Gig Harbor High School alumni, 1993.
Me too.
What year?
2004.
Okay, a little before you. But yeah, graduated from Gig Harbor High School, went to college, moved away with my wife. She and I were voted the best couple in senior year. So 1993. Went to school, graduated from Central Washington University, moved back to the area out in Port Orchard, but we've been in Gig Harbor now for a little over 10 years.
Okay, fantastic. So this has always been home.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned, so you ended up working at Fondi Pizzeria through Restaurants Unlimited.
I did.
Okay. And so that's a bit of an interesting story though. So how long were you here with Fondi with Restaurant Unlimited, and then what happens? How did you end up? Because now you're the owner, correct?
Now I am the owner. Yeah, that's skipping ahead. So I've been with Fondi since year 5. So that would have been 2013, 2012. And so just, it's been a long story. It's working with a lot of fabulous people here in Gig Harbor, being part of the community. And when I first came here, part of it was, what do we want to do here in Gig Harbor? Who is Fondi Pizzeria? What do we kind of want to be active in? There's so many fun stories that have been going on throughout all of this time that we've been running, but we ended up really focusing predominantly on families and children, and participating in local schools and educational programs like Read and Lead and Jump Rope for Heart and all of those little fun things, from the private schools up to the high school and elementary schools and all in between. That is the summation of like 10 years, from the summertime with the huge, awesome patio to the wintertime and fundraisers with schools and PTAs. It's just been pizza and family and good times. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And our lunch here at BRC, like at least once a week. Yes. Thank goodness. Thank you for feeding us. We love all the salads, all the pizzas. It's awesome. So, okay. So, I mean, this is part of what inspired us to get in touch with you and see if you would chat with us today, because of all your involvement in the community. And we appreciate that so much. So how long did you say you've been the owner now of Fondi?
I say too much. The basics, we'll pause that and we'll start over. I don't know. All right. So,
but you look good, so it's fine.
Thanks so much. Pause it for 2 seconds. Just put in a break.
There we go.
Okay. Okay. So no, yeah, I was able to purchase the Fondi Pizzeria back in October with 2 fabulous people who really were advisors and mentors in some of the things that I didn't know. Surround yourself with people smarter than yourself. As it turned out, we were able to come around and make an offer and take over the lease and buy the rights and create our own company. And so for Fondi Pizzeria, I love what I do. I love everything that we've created in heart and soul in what Restaurants Unlimited also had in idea and concept. And so for what all of the work that we've been doing with feeding you in the office and taking care of kids and providing a local experience over these last 10 years, I didn't want to let that go. And I was actually really kind of frustrated from the time that we kind of got laid off till the handshake deal in what is now my new company was probably about 36 hours. It was miraculous in the speed. And I've been opening up and working with other restaurants for years for other people. I've never seen anything as fast and fluid and timely as what this process was. This was a miracle until itself. It was really great to see.
Right. And I know this whole community is so grateful because as soon as something, the news broke that, hey, maybe this is not going to continue, it was, it was hot gossip all over Gig Harbor. And we're growing, we're still a small town. And because you've been such a great place, you can go have a business meeting, you can go take your family, you can go celebrate, that patio is fantastic. It's become so central. So yeah, the speed was impressive. To us as well, and we're so glad. And not that there's anything, thank goodness for Restaurants Unlimited because they brought you here, but we were so thrilled that it was able to come under local ownership.
I have nothing but great things to say about the people at Restaurants Unlimited. I miss them dearly. The team and the history, and a lot of, over the 50 years that Restaurants Unlimited was there, it's great to see so many of the family members that were with that company who've come through and said, I used to work at the Fondi Pizzeria. I was at Kent Station, or I was at Northcutt up in Seattle, or I can still remember answering the phone like this, in different little nuances that make Fondi Pizzeria what it is. And to see these people coming through, this dates all the way back to 2004, 2005, 15 years later, professionals who have said like, yes, I worked at Fondi Pizzeria. Talking about the special drinks and all of the fun things that they do. It's fun to see that type of history. And honestly, that's what kind of the restaurant industry is about. It's about service, and it's about fun times and creating the memories that people are able to enjoy and look back on.
Right. It really becomes a staple of those memories. And it's funny because actually my restaurant background is at the Tide Tavern. So I was lucky enough to work there out of college and have some amazing memories and great friends still from that experience. And it really does become a piece of people's lives. And that's so fantastic. So you bought the place really, for all intents and purposes in October, and then fast forward to March and we're shut down, and that includes restaurants.
Yeah.
Yay!
Pretty much. That's it in a nutshell.
Exciting
we
times
are
for the
running
restaurateur.
takeouts. And so Fondi Pizzeria we should do a little bit of takeout. There are some people who used to work at Fondi Pizzeria way back way back when, who are still in the Gig Harbor area. You probably see them on Town Talk at different times. But like through a lot of people who were here before me to the people who are here now, takeout was something that people saw as a good option. It's something that, why not do some takeout? Pizza travels. It travels great. Who doesn't love pizza? Who doesn't love Fondi Pizzeria? And so for the last 9 years, I've been pushing that takeout and developing and growing, and yes is the answer. What's the question? Like, let's try to figure something out to make that happen. Funny thing, here we are relying strictly on takeout, and we're making it work. It's not my ideal plan, but you know what? My team is employed. Those people who want to work are still here, and that's a good thing. We're able to pay the staff. We're able to make sure that the people who are able to work are working enough to make it worth everyone's while. We're trying to do everything that we can to participate in that. And that really is the important part of it. We're going to get through this, but it's going to take a little bit of blood, sweat, and tears. I don't expect, all of the things that you would hope to have in running a business during these times, but we're not suffering horribly, and the community has been behind us 1,000%. As you mentioned, in Facebook and social media when we closed in October. I couldn't read any of those things. I cried too much. It was even knowing we were open, I was just too stressed out and too emotional. I don't think I actually read the Facebook pages until late November. Someone printed them off for me. Thanks, guys. And I actually finally read them later. And my wife will attest to it. Like, there was a couple sleepless nights where we're like, what did we just do? That we're in over our heads. And we've made it work through our partners and through the people who are around us and our families. Everyone's been supportive. And here we are making it work. So we're truly excited to be here and be part of Gig Harbor.
I love that. Well, I mean, as a customer and as community member, it's very clear to me you are anything but in over your head. And I've watched, I mean, what's been incredible to me is through the transition in ownership and through the transition with COVID-19, the product has stayed incredibly consistent. The service has stayed incredibly consistent. And we're super grateful to have you as a community member and impressed business owner to business owner in the way that you've been able to lead your company. And I know that, I mean, I'm nothing without my great team. I'm sure you feel the same. And
exactly.
Yeah, we're just really, really grateful and glad that you have your doors open for takeout. And also that means that we're going to see you on the other side of this, ready to open. Speaking of which, though, that is my next question. So when you can reopen, do you have any concept yet of what that might look like or what you're thinking?
Yes, is the short answer. It really just kind of depends on what's going on with requirements, meeting those requirements, and being as safe as we can. As things go, when the government gives us a little bit more direction, we can make those things happen. We are tentatively shooting for about June 1st.
Okay.
That's just a wild guess. Hopefully that happens, and we're going to be part of phase 2. That means restaurants can open at 50%. That's assuming that everything goes on timeline. So keep your eyes open and keep listening to the news as to what's going on. Stay safe, stay home, give yourself some social distancing, and do what you need to make sure that you're taking care of those people around you.
Absolutely. I mean, as much as I know we're all anxious to get things back to normal, which I use air quotes because I think it won't feel like normal, and it will be very nice to come visit you and wave at all of you and air high five, celebrate getting through this crazy pandemic. Well, is there anything else? I mean, is there anything that through this that you learned that maybe like you will continue to do permanently? Because I know for us, for instance, our team realized there's a lot of things we could have been doing digitally that we'll probably continue to do digitally. So has anything changed for good?
There's been a lot of things that have been changing. And I think the biggest thing is the technology that's out there. Knowing that we're not part of a larger corporation anymore, it's about what works. It's about the small business mentality, the flexibility and the willingness to try new things, partnering up with great people and great organizations that have superior products. And so some of the stuff that you're going to see, it's going to be maybe smaller in concept. You can see some of those things around us already, or you've been seeing them since November when we opened. And so from the handheld devices that the servers now use in the technology, partnering up and ordering online, social media, communication, the direct line to communicate with anyone here on the team is wide open from what it used to be. And so it's just a matter of technology when you take a millennial jump like that from, say, hardware from 2000, 2010 to 2020, you're going to see those major changes. I was excited to be part of all of that. And so, you're going to see maybe a little bit of ideas in marketing. I don't want to say too much, but I know we're working on pizza boxes. Like, that's a big one for us. It's just super fun to see the logo out there and being able to kind of make some new ideas. So we have a lot of ideas. Just they're rolling out slowly and surely.
So we'll stay tuned. Okay, so if we wanted up-to-date, like most recent news about Fondi Pizzeria, where would we go to make sure we know what's happening?
Check us out on, basically, I would start off with fondi.com. That's our website. Click on the links for Instagram and Facebook. We have others. You can find us on Twitter as well as Pinterest. We have a lot of different social media sites out there. Some of our Pinterest accounts are actually kind of cute. There's a whole section dedicated just for Gig Harbor. So yeah, I get paid to do Pinterest, but I have a great gal named Carly who is in charge of a lot of the social media, and she is artistic in what she does. Very excited to have her be part of our team. But yeah, start with fondi.com. That'll point you into all of the directions, what you do, or just do a quick Google for Fondi Gig Harbor, and that'll point you to us.
Fantastic. Okay, and so kind of last thing, so aside from, of course, ordering takeout, and what are your current hours for ordering takeout?
So right now we are Monday through Sunday, 11:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. For the last 3 weeks, we've been closed on Mondays, so that is a new change for people.
Okay.
We are actually open 7 days a week starting this week, and just kind of playing it by ear a little bit. It really just kind of depends. There have been a couple distribution chain items, and I think everybody is feeling some of the challenges out in the community from shopping. It's not just the running joke of toilet paper. There are other distribution errors, and I would say shortages. But I want to let everybody know, like, if you read through the news, these things are temporary. It's going to be okay. You're going to find the stuff that you're looking for. Just be patient. But they are coming back, and if you have a short snafu on something, you might be getting grape tomatoes instead of cherry tomatoes this week. But
how are we going to live? It's
terrible stuff. So no, we've had some shortages. There was a Sunday, I think 2 weeks ago, where we just kind of sold out of everything by about 6:45. We close at 7:30. That's a great problem to have.
Right.
I didn't mean to, but yeah, we literally sold everything that we created for the day. So 500 skins of fresh made dough. Everything's made from scratch every morning. I'm kind of sorry, but no, I appreciate the people in the community wanting our food that much that we had that problem. So, but we try not to run out, and we try to cut it pretty tight so that we're always having what we need on hand.
Yeah, in my experience, you do an excellent job. So, I mean, I guess during a pandemic, during some shortages, like, we'll cut you a little slack on that. Yeah. Okay. So if, aside from coming and ordering takeout, is there anything else that we can do as a community to support you? Or, you know?
You know what? Those people who are participating, there's been fabulous. I want to call out Wendy, who's been working with Gig Harbor in the Positive Town Talk. Wendy O'Neill has been helping raise kind of her own version of a fundraiser for gift cards. And she has been putting towards things towards the small businesses. There's been several small businesses that she's been supporting, and we were lucky enough to be one of them. Those gift card sales, those are huge. So support your local people. If there's a local business person, your hairdresser, they sell gift cards, but there's nothing going on right now, or they can't help take care of you for another 4 weeks, pay for it now. Those things help out. There was a local business that Wendy helped out. I mean, those are bills that get paid. And having that type of an income is amazing for helping take care of these things. For us, absolutely. We love that. And gift cards are great. You know, buy your food now. Like, you got stimulus checks coming in. Like, those things are super helpful for us. You can buy them online. And that goes back to technology for Mother's Day coming up. You know, you can email it or text it over to mom, buy it now, have it delivered on Sunday. Just go to fondi.com and click on the online order. It'll be ready to go. Right up here in the top left corner is a little 3-dash hash, what I call the hamburger drop-down menu. Third from the bottom says gift cards. Those things are helpful for us. Sounds like a gratuitous plug. I'm sorry. But no, for the small businesses, those things really do add up. For those of us in the small business, those things like that takes care of the electric bill. And so like I said, Fondi has been busy in takeout. And so I'm excited to be here and cooking for everybody.
Yeah, no, I suspect I know what I'm having for dinner tonight, so that's fantastic. And I know that we're excited because every so often, typically part of our business is that we throw events. We'll do a happy hour or we'll do a get together with our people. And since we can't do that, we'll be by for about 70, 100 pizzas or so to take out some of our fave folks. So we appreciate you also supporting us in taking care of our people. So
My pleasure.
thank you again, Chris. Thanks so much for the time. I know you are really busy, and it's been wonderful to chat with you. We'll drop your contact information below for Fondi Pizzeria.
You say Fondies?
I'm working on it. I'm working on
It's
it.
with love. Fondies with love. It's all good.
Fondi.
So,
Yes. We will drop all of that and directions on how people can order online or do gift cards. And we just wish you the best, and we'll look forward to seeing you hopefully June 1st.
hopefully. You can always see us. And so one thing I will say is enjoy the sunshine you guys have out there this week. It is going to be beautiful leading into Mother's Day. Patios and spaces and things and tailgates. It's super fun to see everybody out in the parking lots tailgating with each other, or having someone brought a fire pit this last week and no one caught them. They were just sitting there with their tailgate out and 3 different cars backed up. It's cool to see you guys doing that. Stay safe, stay talking to each other, eat pizza. So
all the pizza. Fantastic. Yeah. Well, salads. Don't forget your great salads. I've been the problem child that needs like a vat of the Bella Chop dressing. So anyway, we will do that. Well, thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon.
Take care. Thanks so much.